timer on the program. And in our overachieving today's culture of extending ourselves in every which direction, my guest tonight is here to talk about the natural professional, a way of using tools to help us declutter our lives and think back to our own tuition and passion. Please welcome to the program, Shawn Tuttle. Hi, Shawn.
Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Did I get that right?
You certainly did. You certainly
Well, there's
did.
more to talk about, so tell us
is.
about Natural Professional.
So through my company, ProjectSimplify, we have recently launched the program called the Natural Professional. We're committed, for people who are committed to living and working a life of purpose, passion, and peace. Especially relevant for this community because we are so busy and so many people are involved in so many excellent endeavors.
Right.
And yet sometimes we can do so at our own cost. So we look at personal sustainability and develop our tools of guidance by intuition, heart-based listening, whatever you want to call it.
So how do we make room for being able to listen to ourselves in and what direction we want to go into or what our passion is? And, you know, we're so distracted with so much.
We are very distracted. So it's a multifaceted approach because, one, we need to make sure that we're taking care of all of our responsibilities that need to get taken care of. And when we do that as efficiently and effectively as possible, we open up the space for more time and space for reflection, taking time to reconnect with our best self, our true self, to let that quiet voice that is so easily run over with the to-do list and too many appointments, to start getting a little bit louder. So whether someone is just coming out of a crisis management type of mode or are further along and are actually engaged in the work that they love doing but aren't taking enough time for themselves, there's always room for a little bit more appreciation, gratitude. And these are the things that keep our life rich and full and help us stay connected with each other.
So it's not so much toward a new career path, but just being in touch with yourself and being able to follow that passion once you kind of get enlightened.
Sure, yes. And for some people, it might mean a new career. You know, far be it from me to say, you know, you should stay where you are. For some people, it does mean that. And for others, it might not. For some people, it may mean shifting quite a bit in their life because what served us in the past doesn't necessarily serve us now or in the future. But we're such creatures of habit that we often don't take the time to look at those and assess whether they're still functioning well for us now. So for example, one of the steps, so I have an upcoming workshop and it's called The Natural Professional, 6 Steps to a Life of Purpose, Passion, and Peace. And one of the tools that we use in it is an inventory of the responsibilities in our life. Then we go through and look at each one.
I'm not sure I'd want to see that.
People come up with some very impressive lists. They're very long. And so then we go through and first come back to a calm, centered place and then go through each of these. Is it still good for me now? Or is there something that needs to be renegotiated? Perhaps the responsibility is still a good and positive one for my life, but the level at which I'm engaged isn't appropriate any longer. Maybe that needs to be renegotiated. Sometimes it means it's just time for me to disengage completely. So then we also talk about disengaging responsibly, so we're not leaving anybody in the lurch. And by just taking the time to look at those one at a time, in a place of calm and centered and in a supportive environment, does wonders for helping us get back on track and coming back to our own purpose.
You know, I took a quick look at the website, and what I liked reading was decluttering your life from activities that have become barriers. Decluttering, and I thought that was a great description of how to look at that once, especially like you say, if you take an inventory.
Right.
How do you clean house within yourself?
Yes.
You know.
Yes. You need to know, first of all, what all is there.
Right.
And these are the things that we don't necessarily see. We've become habituated to just running from appointment to appointment, and we don't...
And obligation to obligation.
Right.
And whether it's personal, wanting to help the community, which so many
so
of us
easy to
are.
say yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Tell us about the workshop that you have coming up.
Oh, I'm very excited about this. It's a 6-week workshop. It'll be on Thursday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m., beginning on April 15th. It's 6 steps to a life of purpose, passion, and peace. We'll go through the tools that the natural professional has in his or her toolkit to be creating the life that she wants to live. So we'll be making steps towards that goal, and we also work with goal setting, making it specific, timely, relevant, attainable, and also, again, led by our own intuition. And then we'll be working with different objectives to move towards that goal.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And it's in six Thursdays.
6 Thursdays, right. And there's quite a bit of information about the workshop on my website, ProjectSimplify.com. And there's a link from the home page that goes straight to the information on the workshop. And there's a lot of information on my website. I've been writing articles for several years, and there's a newsletter that I publish every other week.
They can subscribe to a free newsletter that they can get.
Right.
And does your newsletter talk a little bit about the natural professional too?
Yes, it does. It does. There are several sections, and one of them is lifestyles of the natural and professional.
Okay.
Yes, and there's a wide variety of topics on the website. So whether you're interested in personal goal setting, one can look up the simplicity statement in the search box. Or for more productivity slant, there's the inbox zapper, which helps people get in that mindset of moving through the inbox quickly.
Oh,
so again, we're not belaboring
And
what we need to do.
Get bogged down.
Exactly. Move through it, get that Donald Trump mindset going quick, good decisions, I know what to do with this, boom, 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 done,
And
move on.
you bring up a really good point. I mean, our inboxes and the electronic mail and all this is just unbelievable.
It is.
Good.
It is.
All right, well, it looks like our segment the time is up. Thank you so much, Shawn, for coming.
My pleasure.
This is
My
very
pleasure.
enlightening. And for more information, go to ProjectSimplify.com or call Shawn at 205-5775. Good luck with the workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our second break for our third guest to come up, so stick around. We'll be right back.